Happy New Year, everyone. Mika here again from the land not on most world maps. One year has ended and another has begun. And you know what that means? Even more games. Seriously, how do you guys even complete all this stuff? Here are our top 5 picks for the month of January. Persona by Atlus needs no introduction. Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden are considered by many to be the definitive editions of the titles, but unfortunately one was only released for the PSP and the other for the PS Vita. Atlus is rectifying the situation by finally bringing these versions to consoles and PC, though Golden is already on Steam. Unfortunately, even in the age of remakes and remasters, it doesn't seem like either of these versions are getting too much love. You have a smoother gameplay, dual languages, and some quality of life changes like difficulty selection and quick saves. But you're not getting the Crisis Core treatment here, that's for sure. I'm personally a huge fan of Persona 3, but considering that this feels like Atlus is just milking the franchise and that I've already played the game, I'm gonna pass on this one. But if you're a newly minted fan who has yet to play it, I can't recommend these enough. From one franchise being ported from one console to the other, here comes Monster Hunter Rise from Capcom to the Xbox and PlayStation. Building on much of the improvements in Monster Hunter World, you still have your seamless zones and your Viabug hookshot thingy from the expansion. New to Rise would be your dog companions, your Palamutes, helping you with both traversal and combat. Plenty of new and old monster favorites are here, and if you didn't have a Switch to jump into it before, now is the time for another monster hunting adventure, with even more on the horizon with the DLC Sunbreak. There goes another 200 hours of grinding equipment in my life. The franchises continue with Fire Emblem Engage. Developers Intelligent Systems and Nintendo are bringing the latest entry on to everyone's favorite handheld, the Switch. Despite the January release date, we haven't gotten too much information about the gameplay, although it seems to be continuing all the good stuff from the older Fire Emblem games. In fact, you can now summon older heroes and heroines to aid you in your battle as you mysteriously wake up after a very long time with your memory fragmented. I gotta admit though, this game is really pushing the anime aesthetic. Everything looks really gorgeous. Admittedly, it has already gotten flack for announcing DLC even before the release of the game, but if you're an SRPG fan, you're still gonna be eating good this year. And now for something new with Forspoken. Running on the in-house Luminous engine of notoriety and fame, Square Enix is here pushing out their new IP. Seemingly birthed from Agnes Philosophy, their real-time engine showcase, if you all still remember that, Forspoken is finally attempting to bring the concept to life. You play as Frey Holland, transported into the magical world of Athia. Armed with her trusty Jarvis-like Wambrace, which she calls Cuff, it's up to Frey to find a way back by navigating the cursed world, run by a series of matron figures called the Tanta. Although really hyped and anticipated by a lot of people for its graphics and seemingly good combat, the release of a demo has tempered a lot of people's expectations. I'm not one of them though, and you can hear all my thoughts on the demo here on the channel. Here's hoping though that it is not as bad as I fear it might turn out to be. The era of remakes and remasters is still continuing with Dead Space. Developers Motive Studio and EA are breathing new life into their franchise after their pretty bad decisions in Dead Space 3. Thankfully, this means we're not getting microtransactions, and there are even claims that they will be adding content that was left out of the original due to time constraints. Dead Space 2023 will be getting the full makeover with the Frostbite engine, retaining the original sound and music design with some additions. Callisto Protocol has already gotten mixed reception, so here's hoping that the original can show us how it's done. And that's it. Those are our top 5 picks for the month of January. What are you going to be picking up? Did we miss anything interesting that you feel deserves to be in our list? Let us know in the comments below. Here's Mika from the place not on most world maps, signing off. On behalf of everyone here on Emblem Gaming, a happy new year to you all.